Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. I know a lot of people be like, where is he? Where is he? Look, I'm blossoming right now. This is my summer to blossom. I'll be in New York in the next few weeks. In a matter of weeks, I'll be walking through New York, walking through Brooklyn, bro. That's how real it is getting. You know what I mean? Real shit. Drop it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Tune in to the show. We never stopping. We're popping. For all the people that think they're going to go into the comments with the nonsense, it don't do nothing but motivate me. Make me go harder and harder and harder. Look, let's get into the content, man. Welcome back to the show. We ain't going nowhere, bro. Look, Suge Knight throwing shots at Ray J. Look, this is on a prison call. You know, he infamous with his prison calls in 2025. Well, this is on a prison call with Piers Morgan. Now he's saying, allegedly, Puff and Ray J were lovers. Lovers, fam. Look, it's not hard to believe. Everybody know. Drop it in the comments. But Ray J, Ashton Kutcher, and Diddy painted the town red. Yeah, for real, bro. And they still never talking about those wild nights they actually shared. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. Ray J said he can't believe Suge is stooping this low. Low enough to say him and Puff were lovers. Um, Suge is a cunt, blah, blah, blah. He always has Suge back and he don't mean his ass. Look, I'm obliged to believe it. Drop it in the comments. Everything you say about the dealer is, unfortunately, may be true at this point. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Ray J throwing shots at Suge Knight. Didn't take him long to respond. He say Suge busy calling everybody a punk, but he's never met a man more homosexual than old Suge Knight. Allegedly, he say they used to go to the store and pick up 25 sticks of butter. You heard me right. Butter. For my people in France. Yeah, he goes 25 sticks of butter just so he can shove them up bungholes and take him. He's infamous for allegedly infamous for taking men and women. You know what? I believe this, bro. They had a story about Suge Knight used to like the BBC dildos. On top of that, Ray J is calling him a big ruler taker. Look, a lot of shit is weird in Los Angeles, California. Let's just be honest, let's just be real, and let's just be clear. They're all freaks and weirdos out there. Drop it in the comments. I'm obliged to believe everything they say about them niggas. They too close to Holly weird. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Absol sends a cryptic warning to DJ Akademiks. Look, he say he was just jugging at him, just playing with him, trolling him, expected him to more laugh about getting slapped. Instead, he went, oh, it's amazing, but you'll never have a funeral as deep as Nipsey. Now, I do think that was a little out of pocket, but considering Nipsey Hussle assaulted a 15-year-old girl when he was 23, and they got the paperwork, fam. You can't stick up for everybody. Absol, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fam. Yeah, he didn't say nothing wrong. If you ask me, because y'all knew about this and didn't tell anybody. But anyway, Absol said he really walking around with legally blind and happy to be still walking. He disrespected the whole community. It's not about him. Now he really wants to slap him, but it's bigger than him. Look, stop the bullshit and just fight your battle, nigga. You don't throw a stone and try to hide behind a wall when the shit gets a little thick. Yeah, that's what happens in war, bro. What do you think if you got in a battle rap with somebody, we're going to talk about your eyes and your black lips? This is just what happens, Absol. Yeah, leave that alone. If you want to fight that man, blind or not, you must go ahead and handle your business, bro. Every man must handle his own business. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. And Black Soul, Black Absol, Black Little Pastor, he's not the rap god, fam. Who a lot of people don't understand, he's not the rap god. They say, oh, he's gonna sell. Not actually. He's never actually charted. Never charted. And you know what? I can't say he never will because he has opportunity. But bro gotta be more than just Hubert. Yeah, you got to be more than Hubert if you're gonna really exist in this field. Let's just be honest, let's just be real, and let's be clear. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out to Absoldo. I like him. Despite me talking about him, I like him. I don't like DJ Akademiks. He's a groomer. Look, Jaden Smith opens a new restaurant in Los Angeles, California. Look, bro, it's called I Love You. It started off as a food truck. On Skid Row, bro. On Skid Row. He started his food truck on Skid Row, helping to feed the homeless. Now the restaurant is going to follow the same guidelines. He's homeless, eat for free. The people that got the money must pay for their food, maybe even a little extra. Why? To be able to facilitate the free plates. I think this is dope. Why? He's 26 years old. That's one thing you could say about old Will Smith. He raised them kids right. Yeah, he could be whatever, have any weird fantasies he want in the background, but as long as you do for them kids and instill something in them that they could take and run with, you did your job, bro. Now, hey, go ahead and play, Will. Yeah, if it was Dwayne Martin, it's with Dwayne Martin. Play, my nigga. If you gonna play, play. You did your job, niggas. I salute that man for how he raised them kids. Shout out Jaden Smith. Maybe I'll go eat there next time I'm in LA. I don't know. I don't know, bro. We'll see. I don't really eat vegan. I'm not vegan. I'm more pescatarian, if we being honest and real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, the Hollywood Mugler throwing shots at Shannon Sharpe. And for the people that don't know, that's his ex-gay fashion stylist that went everywhere with him. Yeah, people would really refer to him as Shannon Sharpe's old boy toy. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Well, look here. The Houston Hollywood Mugler, he say, Mugler, he say all this over because Shannon Sharpe postponed his little nightcap tour. He said all this over a snow bunny. That's what happens when people fuck over me. Their life starts to fall apart. You know, he got the little zing to his shit. It starts to fall apart. Well, look here, bro. The man say that never happened when he was in charge. He kept everything under wraps and on a hush-hush, meaning he covered a whole bunch of shit up. Look, unfortunately, this ain't the only thing Shannon Sharpe about to hear. I think it's a couple more cases pending. To be announced soon. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Old Shannon Sharpe. This is me balling up the smallest little tissue for old Shannon Sharpe. And for the people that know movies, I got that from Reservoir Dog, and that has been my thing ever since. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Offset requests spousal support from Cardi B. Look, we done all seen it, you know what I mean? But look here, he ain't do nothing wrong. Yeah? They didn't have a prenup on top of that. Man, woman, when they're in a relationship, he may have gave her all type of game. You got to understand that the Migos were at the top of the charts. So her just being with Offset did so many wonders for her career, even though she made more money than him. Look, he say he'll let the new nigga have her, but he wants something. This is a lot of people think this is ulterior motives. Man, the man want that money on. That's why him and his mama allegedly had their hands all in her purse when she wasn't looking. Allegedly, that stole $10 million from her, which is crazy because Offset is $10 million in debt. Even little TJ say Offset owe him some money on. Look, drop it in the comments. We gonna see how this thing go, but the court is gonna grant him that money. Y'all don't know how much it will be, but it's gonna benefit and facilitate his rap career. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And the drip. Yeah, the man talk way too much shit about fashion than to lose his bag. But one would argue he should have been a better nigga. Look, a lot of things come with being an A-list, B-list, C-list entertainer. A lot of shit come with it, and it was doomed from the start. If we just being honest and real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Kanye West requests reconciliation with Pusha T. Look, he want to be friends again. Pusha T put out a new song, Ace Trumpet, where he mentioned Kanye Yeezy. to be exact. Mention Yeezy, old Yeezy tweeted, "Oh, my, I miss Pusha T's friendship. Is that what you miss, or do you miss his cock?" Because everything, and a lot of people going to say, "Boy, you're terribly wrong for saying that." We just being honest, just being real. The man been wearing snowflakes on his suits and all type of shit. I wonder, inquiring minds want to know, if he kept Pusha T around him so long because he was sucking him off. He might have been the best head Pusha T ever had because he never went nowhere but left him in 2022 over some anti-Semitism. I'm going to say that was just a easy way out. The man that got in too deep. On top of that, he knew he still wanted to be a rapper, so before he revamped his rap career, he had to get rid of him. Now he probably gonna be talking about Ye on albums. We'll see, bro. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the Playground. I'm not no Pusha T fan, nor did I hear Ace Trumpet, nor will I type it in and even listen to it. I don't like him. Look, Fat Joe bailed Justin Bieber out of jail. He say, it's some he say, she say shit. It always is, fam. He say Justin Bieber was speeding in Miami. On top of that, got a DUI. They was calling around town for somebody to go get him. Well, considering he was talking to Fat Joe all the time, allegedly, Fat Joe was the one say, I'll go get him. Son a woman down there with $100, bailed Justin Bieber out of jail. Well, look, a lot of people calling the cap. They say he doing this for clout. All this do is raise an eyebrow for me. Why? I know some things about Joe that don't paint him in a nice light. Let's just say that just to keep it simple. But I'm just keeping it a buck. To think that he was around Justin Bieber that much don't look good, fam. It's going to come out about old Fat Joe. Now, Fat Joe been around a long time, but he's done some things that I can't fuck with him. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to just be real. I can't fuck with him whatsoever. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Snoop Dogg defends Diddy amid trial. And he tried to be politically correct as possible, but still it came off really wrong, fam. And he's been getting dragged for it. The man say he didn't expect none of this from old Dilla, not from the Diddy that he knew. He heard a couple things about him, blah, 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 but didn't expect this, bro. Everybody knew in the 90s what Diddy had going on. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. All this comes as bullshit, considering in Kim Porter memoirs, Snoop had Diddy's jizz on his back. Came out the room that morning while she was sipping her coffee, walked out with Diddy smoking a blunt. He had jizz on his motherfucking back. Come on, bro. You didn't expect this. You knew what was going on and you was complicit in most of it. You think your ass is going to swivel and snake your way out of everything forever. But at some point, bro, they going to come a calling. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. I'm over Snoop. I've been over Snoop for a long time. Once I seen the bullshit in him. You can't keep taking up for these people because you understand that man is just man. It's no more. He's no more than just a man that has done so much snakish shit. You can't even trust him. A word that comes out of his mouth. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Look, T-Rell was pepper sprayed by club security. He put a little response to it. He said he was wrongfully pepper sprayed, wouldn't wish that on his worst enemy, felt like his face was on fire. Look, this man is only making this public because he got a lawsuit coming. He's going to sue that club. Allegedly, he didn't do anything wrong, was just trying to enjoy himself. Wrongfully pepper sprayed. If this is true, I'ma say, I like old T-Rell. Yeah, I like him. You know what I mean? So I'ma say that man deserved $2 million. Yeah, I think $2 million would justify you wrongfully pepper spraying a motherfucker, whether you were scared or not, nigga. You sprayed some shit in my eyes that ruined them. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'd be like this, bro. I can't even see the same way I did before you pepper sprayed me. Nigga, I already had some shit going on in my eyes that I had to go get checked out. Never did. Now you done took my shit from 2020 to, I don't know, what 2100, you know what I mean? Can't see shit out of this one. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out T-Rell. And whoever that nigga is pepper spraying, keep that shit on your hip, nigga. Keep that, use these first. You know, if you just got to and you think somebody being that belligerent, don't just start pepper spraying. Tacky, fam. Tacky, fam. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, this a quick message for them niggas in the back that be saying all type of shit. When you see a nigga like me, keep that energy, fam. Yeah, keep that energy, because I'm looking for it. Yeah, please. I'm looking for it. But no. I don't argue over the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah, sticks and stones don't even break my bones. But words, sure as shit, don't hurt me, man. I survived 30 hoods in 30 years. I've been an OG since 19, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was me before the internet. I'll be me even after the internet, but even though I know the internet not going nowhere, bro. I'm not going nowhere, man. I really exist. I'm really here. I'm a survivor, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm a survivor. Once you survive whatever wars the universe is going to put you through, come back. Then come back and talk to me. You know what I mean? Right now, you ain't seen your day yet. Unfortunately, you ain't seen your days, but I done been through all my wars, fam. I done survived all my wars and my struggles. This is intact in me. Thank God for sanity. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank God for sanity. The content is never stopping. Never stopping. Guess why? You don't even have to like me. Yeah, you don't have to like me for me to keep rising. You don't have to like me for me to keep rising. It's just what I do, fam. It's just what I do. And this is just one avenue. Please, I implore everybody out there, go check out the music. The discography will fucking shock you. Yeah, the discography will fucking shock you. So when people say, oh, he doesn't know anything about hip-hop, I am hip-hop, fam. I'm hip-hop, fam. That's it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. New album coming soon for the naysayers. I'm going to say that again. New album coming soon for the naysayers. But for the people that ain't even heard Max Headroom, go check out the album, fam. It says a lot about me. And if you really want to hear something that's going to tap your ticker, go check out The Feelings of the Father. That's everything I had been through that I could put on records. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe. Run, tell your friends to like, share, subscribe. Because as I get further and deeper, I'm going to bring more real with me. Yeah, I'm going to bring more real. When I get in, more real people get in because they don't want us in. Yeah, we the type to get blackballed, but you got to understand, you can't blackball me because I'm a worker. I'm a worker, meaning I'm going to go work with my hands if I don't do nothing else, my nigga. So I'm going to always make some money. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.